We are here for a film breakdown. Did the offensive line step their game up, or did they continue along the same trend? From the trenches, roll it. What's going on, faithful? What's going on? This is your boy, the coach, and we are here in the Coach's Huddle for another installment of From the Trenches. And from this week of last week's Week 5 matchup with the Arizona Cardinals, in a loss to the Arizona Cardinals, we are going to look at the film from the trenches. What I'm going to do today is we're going to look at the first half of this past game's film, and we're going to look at all three drives from the red zone, okay? So there were 4 red zone drives in the first half. If you know, the Niners were 1 for 6 in the red zone in this last game that we played. So I thought that if we're going to look at the trenches, why don't we look at the trenches from our red zone trips in the first half? And in the first half of our 24-23 loss against the Arizona Cardinals, we had, I want to say the Niners had, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 drives. 4 drives out of the 6 trips that we went to the red zone. So I think it's apt to pay attention to this. Now, before we do this, let's just go ahead and just talk to my people. You know what I'm saying? Tape don't lie. My man Nightmare on any street, what's good? Mike, what's good? Jam 18, what's good? CJ Gray, what's good? Josh Edwards, my peoples, bruh. You know, look, man, the live shows are taking off, but I know who my day ones are. So let's get to the points of focus real quick. We want to watch film. We want to have a theme on what we're looking at in film. And these are just some of the things that came out to me within the first half of film that I watched. Again, we're watching 4 red zone trips of the first half of last week's game versus the Cardinals. So what we're going to do is here go the points of focus. The points of focus today are good pockets. Okay. Did we have good pockets in this game? Right? Last week, we struggled a little bit, all right, in a win, okay, but good pockets. We got to talk about good pockets. Strong hands. You can't be an offensive lineman without strong hands. That's in the pass game and in the run game. Got to be able to relocate your hands if your hands get thrown off your target. If you shoot and you miss, you got to be able to shoot again. In the run game, you got to be able to have a strong inside hand, whatever play side you're going to. You don't want to get opened up on the backside. You don't want to open up that gap, okay? We got to have strong hands. We're going to pay attention to that. Trusting what you see, that's going to be something for the offensive line. And, dare I say it, the big men are going to talk about maybe some running backs today. We're going to look at some quarterback decisions today, right? Again, we talk about what we know here at the Coach's Huddle, okay? We don't go flying off at the hand. We don't talk out of school. We don't say what it coulda, shoulda, woulda been just because we want something to look a certain way. All right. So trusting what you see is something huge. More run game. We're going to look at a lot of red zone today, but we're also going to ask, should we be running here? I think there's no better time than any to start asking these questions right here. And then poise at the point of attack, right? We got to have poise at the point of attack. So let's get into the film. All right. So first things first. Let me see what we got here. I'm a little all over the place. Yeah, I'm good to go. So first things first, we're going to get into like we said, our first 4 drives of the first half. of this game. Now we know our first punt, our first drive ended in a punt. Okay, but our second drive ended in a field goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here on our first drive. That's 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. All right. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Now, for context, Brandon Ayuk has already caught a 53-yard pass. Right here, we got a pass to Debo. Debo gets a screen. He goes up, finds Pink to try to get upfield. Good run. So we're going to break it down. First thing we want to do is boom. Let's look at where we at right now from the offensive line. What do we care about here, guys? We care about steps. Trent, we got steps. Immediately, Trent's laid out of his stance. So we're going to deal with that. Okay? We got Jake Brendel right here. Jake Brendel does a phenomenal job at getting out in space. And Debo had numbers here if you look at it. You go to the left-hand side, the right-hand side of the screen, well, which is the right-hand side of the field, which is the left hand facing us. Debo has numbers. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys outside. The natural inclination is to cut back across field, but I just wish he would have stayed inside. He could have stayed inside right here. But all in all, good play. I don't have any problems with this play. Second play of the drive is a 1st and 6. All right, where we got a 1st and goal at the 6. Debo's taking us up. Now, for context, this is what I want to talk about right here. This play right here is it's the second play of the drive. It's the second play of the drive in the red zone. And this right here is the first run of the game. Okay? Let's run it back. This is the first run of the game. Now, in the red zone, you ran the ball. You've passed the ball 6 times. And this is our first run of the game. No gain. So how we want to do is we get a full slide with a backside from Juice blocking. All right. They brought in 5. And basically what we have right here, if you look at it, is we got a little bit of a miscommunication. Where you see the miscommunication at is right here with Jake Brendel, and Colton McKivitz. Debo slips in as you see the climb. Debo's here. Debo breaks in as you see the climb. Pooney pulls. Backside. Zaven Collin really gets under Pooney's pads. That's something that Dominic's really going to have to work on. He did it in camp, and he struggled with it all throughout this season. He's got to get lower. And you can see that he tries to take his pad level's right. Good. It's right there. Keep your pad level right there. But he lifts up. Right-hand side, you see Jordan's trackers are go inside, but he reads it too late. Colton McKivitz and Derek and Jake Brendel get disengaged. But from the track of Jordan Mason, you want to ask if Jordan Mason, did he run his steps right? I don't know what Jordan Mason's track is on this play. It looks like he started out wide, saw it late, then came on the inside of it. All right. So on this play right here, it's 2nd and goal on the 6-yard line. We get a full slide. This is what the play I want to talk about. We get a full slide protection with a backside block from Juice. They brought 5. We kept in 6 to block this play. And I just want to run it right here. Juice stays in the block. They bring 5. We keep 6. That's a good pocket. It's a good pocket. You look at the steps of Trent. Great kick. Anchors himself. You see Aaron Banks help. Still finds Payne on a good switch off. If you see nose tackle, we get a nose tackle and a D tackle split trade off right here. These two boys right here. They trade off. That's good. And Colton stays locked up. That's good from Juice. We can watch it on the tight now. That's solid up front. That's solid. All right, now right here we're going to take a sack. They brought 6. We kept in 6, so it's mugged up good. And right here, far be it from me, man. I've never taken a snap from center. I've been a center my whole life, but I don't know if this Brock Bell a little bit too early. Let's slow it down and just watch it. So right here, when we're coming out, we got 6. We keep in George for context. They bring in Maben from deep. George picks up Zaven Collins. Colton McKivitz is locked up on the 5. Pooney helps out with shade. Still stays square to the line of scrimmage for the linebacker. We got a good help with Jake Brindle and Aaron Banks. I don't know. The only thing that I would say, if we're looking at just the pocket, right, not Brock's decision or anything like that, is Aaron Banks' outside hand. I'd like to see him, and this has happened every week I've watched camp with him, but it's something about this left hand that always gets disengaged, man. And he just opens up. And like once this hand goes, it's over. He's just an open door. And he tries, as you see, he tries to relocate it. He tries to relocate it underneath. But he has no leverage with his hips. He's got to roll his hips. I see that, Trent. Dirty pull from Trent. I like that. I like that, Trent. Go ahead, throw that leg in there, Trent. Trent. Look at Trent's knee. My man, Trent. Trent said, take that to the gonads, baby. It's a sack of 4 yards. I'm going to let it run naturally on the tight. But I don't know. It confused me. I didn't understand that. Didn't have to take that sack. All right, now, what we got right here coming up on the next marker is we got the second drive. Now, we know that drive ended in a field goal, right? The first drive we had was a punt. Second drive we had was a field goal. We show you how we ended out that one. That was a sack from Brock Purdy for -4 yards. They ended up kicking a field goal with Mitch Wisnowski. So, for context, the Cardinals get a punt. All right, now we go on, we strike blood. It's 7-3. We're down, 4. And this is when we go on our 13-play, 76-yard drive. This is going to start from the 35, the 1st and 10 from the 35. All right, so this play, this right here, as far as our red zone is concerned, it's a little outside the red zone, but I wanted to pick it up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 7 plays that get us to pay dirt. So let's watch it. First play from the 35. It's an incomplete pass to Deebo Samuel. Now, I want to get on Aaron Banks for this one. Trent, he jumps the edge, which is cool. Jumps out on him. That's a jump set. All right. So he doesn't go 45 degrees. Okay. What Trent gives you right here, he goes and gets him. I can deal with that. That's built in. Now, what Aaron Banks is doing, I don't understand. So we get his first step. He comes out cool. Now, you're hopping already. Trent's taken one step and Aaron Banks has already taken three. Now, what he's doing right here is he's not playing half a man. So on defense and offensive line, there's something called half a man. All right. So what you want to do is you want to play inside out, meaning that you don't want to give up your inside. All right. You want to play half of this man. So if you play half on this side of the man, all right, all you have to make sure is that he does not cross face. If you're always playing half the man, all right, as long as he doesn't cross face, then you understand that you always have leverage. But right here, we're mirroring and immediately we're lunging. So we're at half a man here. Good. Half a man. Still protecting your inside. Half a man. Now, this deal right here. We're lunging because we're lacking poise. All right. We're elongated. We don't look like an athlete. We're getting swam over. We're holding on for dear life. We're not moving our feet. That's not good, Aaron Banks. Right? And that's going to show itself in good ways and bad ways throughout the season. But Aaron Banks needs to trust his technique, stay in half a man, stay in phase. Hey, and another thing, too, as an offensive lineman, you got to be able to shoot your hands in calamity. You can't go wide. Hands like this is the equivalent of closing your eyes when you swing in a fight. What are you closing your eyes for? You got to see what you hit, man. Throwing your hands out wide ain't delivering a blow. All you're doing is making yourself a bigger target. You got to be better than that. And if you run it back for context, Jake Brindle, more of the same. All right? So if you thought that I got a problem with just Aaron Banks, it ain't personal. Colton McKivitz too. Mirroring. Not playing half a man. He steps out. First of all, y'all know how I feel about steps. You can't be 6'9", 6'8", whatever, 6'30", whatever you are, and have that small of a step. You didn't go anywhere. And I understand that it's supposed to be a strong, maybe if you're mirroring what Trent is doing, it maybe is a jump set where you're trying to set aggressive. And I get that. But right here, hand swipe down immediately. I mean, you need to be reloading. Shoot again. But you don't bring your feet with you. You're not playing half a man. So you got your foot down. Cool. Let's go back to the kick. So we got that pitiful kick. Cool. All right. Now, hard edge. Keep kicking. Stay poised. Why are you shooting your inside hand first if you want him to stay outside? Gets under his pads. Shoulder turned. Still ends up seeing the fight another day. But that's what we mean by playing half a man. You'll be able to see it better on this rep. I'm going to let it run through. I've done enough yapping. Now, for this play, let me go back to the same marker. This is the second 10 on the 35. Okay. And we got my boy in here, IG. Okay. Isaac Garindo. I believe in IG, man. IG, my guy. I believe in the gram. Okay, so what we got right here, right, is I want to talk about feet. And we always talk about feet and stepping in the name of love. and having the right feet. If you ever wonder what the hell coach is talking about when he talks about feet, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Look how beautiful everybody's feet are. Look, I mean, just look at Isaac Garendo, the entire offensive line, everybody's foot. Look at that good, beautiful play side foot. Oh, that's the money shot. Look at that. All those beautiful feet moving. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, after that, it all goes downhill. So, Dominic Pooney, we're not getting any vertical push off the line of scrimmage. What I want to do is I want to look at Dominic's feet right here. And he's got good steps. Look at it. We've all got everything that we want, right? We got it. Look. Boom, 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 boom. Isaac Garendo even stepped in. Boom. Oh, Trent, that's beautiful. Boom. We look good, right? However, Dominic, are you going to actually get out the driveway, or are you just going to sit there with the car running? We're running straight down that line. Look at that white line. Look at this line between Dominic Pooney and his defender. You tell me where Dominic's feet cross this line. They stay the same. That right there is what you don't need, because you need a little bit more real estate, all right, for Isaac Garendo to make that natural cut, all right? Now, we know we got a little baby giraffe out here running back. He a little awkward, okay? So he ain't necessarily going to be as precise as we need him to be, right? Dominic Pooney's got to do a better job than that. What I will say is that I don't just point out the bad stuff. I point out the good stuff too. Look at Aaron Banks' hands on this play. Aaron Banks comes out. Good check on Trent's man. Good, man. Now, that's how you really do it. Look at him getting out, and look at his hands. Look at how he's ready to deliver a blow. Doesn't get his guy, but you're going to see it on the backside play that this is how I want Aaron Banks to get to the second level every time. You drive like this every time. Look at him stalking my boy with his hands ready. That's an athletic stance. Don't get yoked up. Don't get yoked up. You got to love it. I'll take that. Now, next play, 3rd and 5. We're at the 30 still. We got a good run from not from Dominic Pooney, but from Isaac Garendo. All right. And now we got a nice strike. All right. From Brock Purdy from the pocket to Juwan Jennings. Let's just run it. Gotta love it. Let's look at it from the backside. Pause. So, what we got? Now, look at that trade-off. Oh, now that's nice. Look at that trade-off. So, look, we're going to get a stunt from the end. This is Mack Wilson and their D tackle, okay? Now, these guys right here are going to trade off. Look at the aggression. Jake Brindle comes out of his stance. They're bringing 4. We get the trade off. Nice hands. I like that. Now, the only thing that I will tell you about my notes, I had to stop right there and look at my notes. I'm a running back. Trent's got to be stronger here. And I'm going to show you plays further on in the tape where he's going to do a phenomenal job. But right here, he's feeling sorry for himself. So Trent comes out, good steps, checks inside. He's going, still giving good poise. Now you bailed. Open up. Now that's fine. You're reaching out. Now this right here, that's not athletic, brother. You got to give me more than that, man. You looking like you about to drop down and get your legal on, girl. You got to give me more than that. and he throws you back up, and you end up in Brock's lap. Now, one thing is you live to fight another day. I got it. I get it. But what you show me in other plays, Trent Williams, lets me know you can do a far better job than that. So that gives us a 1st and 10. Now, we're going to finish this rep out. And we get a 1st and 10 off this rep. Now this right here, this rep, this is the God tier rep right here. I love this rep, boy. Let's just roll that beautiful beam footage. Let's look at the offensive line on this rep. So we got a pass protection, body on body. They bring in what they bring in, 2, 4. They bring 5. We keep 5. Now, I don't know what Brock is doing. This is a part of the offensive line where, as a lineman, we just don't care what you're doing because we did our job. So let's roll it. So what we got right here is they got 5 mugged up. We got 5 mugged up. Okay? Now, look at Trent's rep, the very next play. Look at Trent's rep. Comes out, kicks. First of all, that's a much more elongated step. You could tell that he understands. Trent, he understands Zaven Collins' power right there. That last play did not look good. I could tell that already. Trent knows that last rep wasn't good. Much more pronounced stance. Look at how upright he is. Look at that. Now, come on, man. Boom. Hand fighting. Right away. Look at him. Displace the weight. Now, that's what you do, Trent. Now, that's how you hold down the left side, bro. I ain't gonna be no bitch. I like it. I like it. Aaron Banks, there's a miscommunication on the trade-off right here. And if you can see, the D-tackle over top of Aaron Banks, he wants to trade off. You see, he gets up and immediately tries to loop. His man right here in front of the nose tackle in front of Jake Brindle is not paying attention. So you see, he goes to bail. There's a miscommunication. Jake just washes him down. Aaron just washes him down. I love it. I love it. Now, you want to see something that I love? Watch this gangster shit. Watch this. So, I forget what his name is. He got like one of those Hobbit last names, like Lord of the Rings or some shit, like Garrigatka or something. Lord of Gryffindor. Some guy. So, he comes in. It's a little bit of a cluster on the right-hand side. Pooney's locked in, right? Which I love. But watch Aaron Beck. Now watch Colton McKivitz, how he gets frustrated with this kid. And watch what he does. Motherfucker, get your ass over here. Dog, I love that play from him. If you could just do that every goddamn down, bruh, I would just let it run. Watch Colton McKivitz. Boy, what I tell you about playing around. Boy, if you don't get your ass over here, I told you we ain't gonna be asking for nothing when we go outside. Told you don't be asking me for nothing. Love that play. Love that play. That's one of my favorite reps from the entire game from the offensive line. Much better steps. Everybody stays in base. Matter of fact, what I love about Dominic Pooty too is that he stays in base. He keeps good steps. Look at that. Look at that controlled read step from Dominic Pooty. Nothing too crazy. Boom. Come over here. Get beat down like your daddy used to. Hand fighting just yokes my man up. You going to bed tonight, son. I love it. I love it. You can't ask for a better rep. All right, we got 2nd and 10 from the 17. And in this rep, man, I love this pocket. This pocket is beautiful, man. Nice play to Brandon Ayuk. I got to run it at half speed. We're going to speed it up. So this is what I love about this play, man. Number one, actually, Trent slips during this play. He recovers, all right? And it just shows that when they want to do it right, they can still do it right. Right? They send 4. Trent comes out in a natural kick. Better hands, Aaron Banks. Better hands. Trent ends up slipping but recovers. Keeps his play side hand engaged. Washes him upfield. You're double mugged up right here with Jake Brindle and Dominic Pooney. Gang violence is good violence. And Colton McKivitz is doing his thing. You got to love that. That's a good pocket. Offensive line played a lot more cohesive this week than they did last week. That much I will say. First and 5 from the 5. Now, this is the TD right here, right? Trent hard sets. I mean, across the board, it was just a good rep from everyone. There's nothing really to talk about during this play. Just watch how good offensive liners are in. It's good. Trent goes on a nice hard set, jumps out on his defender right away. No need to kick. Mugs him. AB is standing back there, ready to follow up. Now, if you guys remember my last film review, we talked about Buffalo Wild Wing Aaron Banks. No more chicken wings. Look at this. Throw your chest in there. That's what I like, man. No more chicken wings. A chicken wing ain't helped nobody but a fat motherfucker. Come on, bruh. I like that. Brock right down the pike. One for the good guys. I'll take that. Let's get to our next drive. So on this drive was an 11-play drive for 68 yards that ended up in a field goal. All right. So with that drive, let me get to that real quick. Is this it right here? No, that's the 13th 7 away. Here we go. So it's first and 10 from the 20. All right. And 2, 4, 6. There's 6 plays coming into this one. Just want to look at the drive. So at first and 10 from the 20, we're going to get a 5-yard pass to George Kittle. Now, cool. I'll take that. Okay. They brought 5. They're still trying to twist and trade off. And really, Brock's got all day to throw the ball. Let's go back and look at from the tight. We get a trade-off from the nose tackle and the D tackle. They've been trading off a lot this week. I mean, a lot this game. Between Jake Brindle and Aaron Banks. They handle it beautifully. Ball's out. I mean, and for context, and I don't want to piss on the parade. This wasn't a very good defense, right? But we did what we were supposed to do against them, right? We did what we were supposed to do. Next play. First and goal. Now, this is a run. No, this is 2nd and 5. Now, this is something that I absolutely don't understand. And maybe I'm going to have to just learn the new way of how football is ran or something. But there's this garden with your ass shit that Colton McKivitz is doing that I do not understand. and we're just going to watch Colton McKivitz. He's going to reach to get inside. Okay, cool. But I don't understand what this nonsense is. Like, what is this? You're like, what are you doing? Picking them? This ain't the triangle, bruh. What is wrong with sticking your hand in his chest like you have it here and running his ass up the hash? Why? I don't understand that. And he's done it for 5 weeks in a row. So it's gotta be something that he's being coached into. He's done this every week. I do not get it. All right. So let's just get back into it. Banks has got he's got to reach. All right. So Banks is going to have to reach this defender. He's got a cross face. So right here, bad step. This foot has got to be the first thing that goes out. He pivots and goes under. This is cool, whatever. But look at where his head is. Right? Look at where his head is. Look at the head of Jake Brindle. Even Dominic Pooney's trading off, but he's got his head in the right place. He's on the play side. We got Juwan Jennings with his head on the play side. Right here, he's wrong. He's wrong. Outside of that, though, he gets good penetration, runs up. Right? Still good. I even like the fight from Jake Brindle on that rep. I'll take that from Jake Brindle. Right here. Fights. Gets his hand on the outside. Bows up. Rolls his hips. This is where he rolls. You'll see that slight bump in his helmet go up. Good. Rolls his hips. Turns up. Still, look at how he turns his inside shoulder to make sure he closes the door. He can do it, bro. I'll take that. The first player to touch Jordan Mason was Buda Baker. That's when you know you're doing a good job. This is the first man to touch Jordan Mason right here, Buda. Dominic Pooney does an amazing job. Now, this is right here. When I'm talking about, this is what I talk about functional strength, not weight room strength. For you to be able to stop a grown man in his tracks. That may not seem like a lot, but Spencer Burford can't do that. I've watched him. John Feliciano can't do that. I've watched him. That right there, being able to throw a grown 300-pound man off his track with one punch, that's what we need at guard right there. That right there is enough to give Colton McKivitz enough time to get his butt around there so he can start blocking with his tailbone. The hell? If I was Dominic Pooney, I'd be like, don't you ever disrespect my trade-off like that ever again, boy. You crazy? But I'll take that. Yeah. Oh, as a matter of fact, I saw that play. I saw that comment. Yes. Debo got himself a little something right here. Debo got himself a little something. Let's go ahead. You got to love on him. Debo comes out, hands a little too wide. All right. He tackles him. Okay, he tackled him. Not that much. Let's go ahead and watch that. Oh, Tyshawn. God love him. Got number 1 on and everything. Ooh, boy. Okay. You like it, I love it. All right, now this is a run right here that I want to talk about. Isaac Guerindo's in the game, and this is where our young guy needs to just learn a little bit of vision. He takes the ball a little too wide. It's a split zone, and we're going to talk about where he missed his lane. So first things first, what I want to do, let's just slow it down. What I want to do right now is talk about trust. In a split zone, what's going to happen is that Juice is going to come back and block this man that outside edge that Eric Saubert has left for him, right? So the point of attack, okay, for those watching, the point of attack is this man. All right. Juice is going to come down and kick this man out. All right. And when he kicks this man out, Eric Saubert's going to climb. Okay. And it's going to create. Let me just get rid of all of this mumbo jumbo in front of you guys. It's going to create a natural crease. Okay. So you see the motion, the split flow is you're trying to split the flow. So the flow is going to the right. Okay. But what he wants to do is he wants to go right and then split the flow back. That's what we're supposed to be doing here. So let's go ahead and take it back so we can run it. Let's go, Debo. So we see Juice. Juice gets a piece of him, and it's right there. That's where it is. Let's sing it back. So Juice comes back for the split. Isaac Garindo, why do I keep calling him Isaac Garindo? Eric Saubert climbs up top. Juice hits Zaven Collins, and the split is right there. You guys see it? It's right here. But Isaac Garindo missed it. He's young. Okay? And it's cool. It's cool. All right? But that play was there. And what ends up happening is that Zaven Collins turns around. We get a little bit of a problem right here. Turns into a little bit of a cluster. But now that we talked about it, I want you guys to see it naturally. So we're just going to run it from the tight. All right. And we're just going to run it just so you guys can see it. And you tell me if you see the hole naturally without the breakdown, if you saw it first. Do you see it? Boom. That's how quick it is, guys. That's how quick it is. And I'm playing this at half speed. That's how quick the hole is. So it's okay. Isaac Garindo will get it, but he definitely missed it. That one was on Isaac Garindo. All right. So next play we got a 2nd and 5 from the 5. Okay. And it's going to be a short pass to George Kittle for 3 yards. All right. So what we got right here is another good pocket. Now we have to start asking. Isaac Garindo misses that play, right? But should we be passing the ball right here? Right? Man. It's a good pocket. It's a very good pocket. Got a full slide. You know, that ball just got to get down. There's nobody there, Brock. Again, great steps. The offensive line was playing with great confidence. They weren't doing this last week, guys. It's for context. Great steps. They're really selling the play action. I mean, that's as good as it gets. I mean, maybe if you want to nitpick, maybe Juice could have committed. I think that's Zaven Collins, Maybe Juice could have committed to Zaven Collins a little bit more. Right now, Juice is going to have to stock block. He's going to have to get a little piece of Zaven just to slow him up off the line of scrimmage so he can't have a free rush at Brock right now. And right here, this matchup right here. If you look at that, you say to yourself, Juice could have got a little bit more of him. A little bit more of Zaven Collins. But that's nitpicking, to be honest. That's nitpicking. We got good stats from the O-line. They sell the fake. That ball, now. George couldn't get it down. I'll let you guys see it from the tight. So we got a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 right here. All right. And right here, we're in shotgun again. Debo's in the backfield. All right. And it's another pass incomplete by Brock Purdy. I have to be honest. I looked at my notes right here and I put Banks has bad feet. Get to it when you see it. And I wrote in capital letters, why aren't we running? I don't understand this. Let's look at it from the tight. All right. They brought 4. We kept 5. I mean, obviously, we got a little bit of a mix-up on the left side. Aaron Banks comes out, reaching. Come on, brother. Like, dude, when you're here, boom, just stay there. Be cool, ice cold. You ain't got to lean. Your arms ain't long enough to box with God. Stop. Get swam on and pushed to the side. Recovers, but I think the momentum from Jake Brindle and the defender buckle his knees. But right now, mugged up. We're good. Now, you can look at Colton McKivitz on the little Gandalf. Shoots his hand wrong, shoots past his ear. I get it. But this right here, what I don't like, this hopping bullshit, that ain't football. Like, what Colton McKivitz, let me just point out his feet. Like this hopping, like skipping through the tulips, like that bullshit. No, that's not a thing. That's not kicking. That's not stomping. That's not stepping. I don't know what that is. You know what that is? That's called frolicking. No frolicking on the football field, Colton. He'd just be out there doing his own thing. Know your ass dead wrong. That play ends up in a field goal. So last drive of the half, okay? Last drive of the half. So we got 8 plays, 33 yards, 1 minute and 50 seconds. This ends up in a field goal as well. All right. We're going to start this play from the 28. It's the closest that I wanted to. And this is a good one. There's 2, 4, 6. There's 8 plays in the red zone that we're going to look at. So let's start right here. 1st and 10. This is right before the half. We're up 20. We're up 10. Now pay attention. Up 10. This is what we do. Passing. Brock Purdy strike to Brandon Ayuk. Cool. Got us to the 20. The 21. So let's run it from the tight. They got 5. They brought 5. We're mugged up. Now, now this, I can take this, right? Now, Dominic steps out. There's a little bit of muscle memory. He's so used to this motion of stepping out. That's way too wide. And that was a lazy step, right? That's what you call going through the motions right there for Dominic Pooney, right? He brought his hands, but didn't shoot him. Come on, man. Don't pull out no gun if you ain't going to shoot nobody. Jake Brindle, I like what Jake Brindle's doing. Now, what's crazy is that Dominic Pooney thought he got beat and he panicked. And when he panicked, he didn't realize, oh my God, I got a twist coming. Twist comes late for Dominic Pooney. As a matter of fact, you see Jake Brindle trying to get over the top to try to stop it at least, but he can't get there. This one's on the young rook. Gets beat on the inside, turns his shoulders at the line of scrimmage, doesn't have poise to keep his technique. If he would have kept his technique, he would have seen that he could have stayed square and easily stepped over to this defender right here. Right? Now, Aaron Banks, you ain't slick. Get over here. We talked about that left hand of Aaron Banks. Whenever he gets that left hand disengaged, he is a swinging saloon door. And what do we got? We got him leaning. Look at my man. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on. Don't stop till you get enough. That left hand, man. He gets thrown up in the air. Look. Come on, man. Boy, look like he had the altar call. Come on, man. What we doing right here, brother? What we doing? There goes that hand. Mama, there go that hand. Mama, there go that hand. Still throwing it. Good Lord, boy. He thanking the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Juice does an amazing job at holding up Zaven Collins for Trent. Trent damn near just grabs him. Doesn't even have to block him. Amazing job by Juice. Tang, my man Tang. Thrown off. These boys are still getting in shape, man. Good play, though. Good play. We're watching from the tight. Boom. All right, let's go. 2nd and 3 from the 21. We got a deep pass to Juwan. This is more pass pro. Now, again, man, we're not running the ball right here, which I don't know. I don't understand. But we got to stack up top. That's great pass protection right there. We got a little pancake from Colton McKivitz on the right-hand side. I'll take it. Yoked up. We don't care about that incomplete pass. We're here to block. Because there's been a narrative going around that the offensive line is the reason why we're struggling on offense. It wasn't this game. Offensive line had a great game. They had a good game. I mean, it's right here. I mean, you got Aaron Banks even just looking pretty. We were 1 for 6 in the red zone this game. And you can't tell from the trenches. These boys are doing a good job. That's nice from Colton McKivitz. I'll take that from Jake Brindle, right? Play side hand, relocates the hands. I mean, Dominic's got him yoked up, man. Dominic got anger issues. I like him. He's like, no more locked doors. No more locked doors. Gotta love it. I'll let it run from the tight. O-line did their thing, this guys, man. 3rd and 3 from the 21. We got a short pass. This is a 14-yard pass to George Kittle on this play. Right? And we're going empty right here. This is an all-star play for the O-line. They brought 4. All right, so let's look at this. Brock was under duress. So let's look at it. I don't get that. All right, so we got a switch. We got a TE switch, a TE stunt. My boy out here and my guy out here, they go ahead and get a little stunt going. So they try to pin Trent. Aaron does a phenomenal job staying outside. Now the pin catches Trent a little off guard, and he washes Trent upfield and gets underneath. All right, now I can see that. You still got to stand in the pocket and deliver that ball, though. That's still good pass protection. The most I'm doing if I'm playing O-line is telling you to get off the ground as a quarterback. Like, hey, man, you good job. Way to get that ball out. That's good protection, though. From that 3rd and 3, that puts us at 1st and 7 from the 8. We're going empty again. Now this is the stuff. Now we got to talk, man, as fans. Forget this film real quick. Why aren't we running the ball right here? You know what I'm saying? I don't, for the life of me, why aren't we running the ball right here? I don't understand us going empty at the 8-yard line. Look at how much stress they're putting on our offensive line. You're going empty, and you're letting these guys tee up. A better defense loves what we're doing right now. You're giving them a chance to pin their ears back. Empty, we're letting you know you're not running. And going empty right here is presumptuous. You know why? Because it says that you got to account for Brock Purdy. Because even if we're going empty, you got to account for Brock. And it's just like, bro, why don't we just run the ball? We got a 1st down right here, a fresh set of downs. The pocket's there. And look at all of this, like, second guessing that Brock is doing in the pocket. Granted, Dominic lets the inside leak a little bit. I get it. But he forces him to create a new pocket. New pocket formed right there. Boom. We're good. What are you spooked about? All right? If he just steps up. Guys, that's not on the offensive line. This isn't on the offensive line, man. Brock's got a pocket. He's got to be mature enough to know what to do with it. The pocket's there. And for context, even if he steps up, this is locked. Just step up, Brock. All right, cool. You don't like that. Cool, you don't like that. You like this? That's there. Right? Dominic's still locked up. Just confusing. 2nd and 7 on the 7 after we just went empty. Mind you. Now we're going shotgun. Oh, and for the record, it's another pass. Pocket's good. Let's run back the overview again. I feel like we just got to run back the overview because really there's not a lot to talk about with the offensive line on that play. What do we got? I mean, that was the read. All right, cool. You're looking on the right side of the field. George, you don't like this? So you want to throw with the anticipatory throw because he lets the ball go. Oh, boy, doesn't even have his back turned. I feel like this is the throw that Brock likes because it's the confidence throw, right? It's the tail wagging the dog throw. It's the pulling the string throw. He gets to place it in there where he knows that either his guy's going to get it or it's not going to be a pick. Let's run it from the tight. Hold on. Somebody say he doesn't have anybody open. Hold on. So you guys don't think George Kittle's open here? On a linebacker. You don't think George Kittle's open? Brock can't drive this ball here? From the numbers from the bottom of the numbers to the sideline is 9 yards. You don't think that Brock's got enough to get this to make that happen right here? Honestly. Because that's there. He hits Bunting in the back of the head with the ball. Now, for context, let's get back to O-line, though. Let's get back to O-line. So, if we are going to talk about it, there's a trade-off again. There's a twist. There's a twist between Dominic Pooney and Colton McKivitz here. A delayed twist. I mean, if we're being fair, that was in Brock's lap. But he had his mind made up. Again, I think also Colton McKivitz needs to stay square with the line of scrimmage. Like this right here, but no, like turning your shoulder, dude, it's okay. Don't turn your shoulder. Shoot your hands. All right, let's move on, guys. 3rd and 7 from the 7. Don't look now, guys. It's another pass. Definitely a pass now. Nice relocation from Trent. Saw that. Hands got blown off by Zaven Collins. Relocated his hands. Stayed stout. Kept a good base. And it's what you love to see. I'll take that. Good help from Aaron Banks, too. Stout. Now, I don't like this. Like, I don't know what that boy, like, he needs to take up boxing over the summer or something. Like, he will throw his head into somebody, but won't shoot his hands. It's like, I don't get that. He'll put his head down into you, but won't shoot your hands. Trent's elongated a little bit. This is why Trent's hands got thrown off of. He tried to soften the blow. You ain't gonna soften the blow. Way to relocate, though. Nice chip from George on the other side, though. I'll run the tape so you guys can see it yourself. This ends in a field goal. And that's it. So look, guys, we went through. That's another installment of From the Trenches film review. And we got a chance to look at a lot of plays from the offensive line. I will say the offensive line did a lot better this game than they have done in all their games. I think that this is pretty much outside of the Jets game. This is the best that the offensive line has looked all season, albeit versus a number 30 ranked defense. I just wanted to look at all of the red zone periods, at least in the first half of the game, just to see where this stuff was coming from. Right about now, we don't look like we're necessarily dedicated to the run game with only 14 rushes in the game. We're successful at it, but offensive line showed a lot of good promise. Dominic Pooney continues to grow, mistakes along the way, but he'll clean those things up. Jake Brindle is what he is, but he had a much better game today. Trent seems to be getting in better shape. Last game, we saw a lot of fatigue in the last game. Didn't see that much this week. Seems like Trent is finally kind of getting into the swing of things. How do you guys feel about the game that you've seen thus far? You know, are we ready for Thursday night? Right? So I'll be here to answer all those questions coming up. And I'll be here also for the Faithful Review tomorrow with Tom. We're going to have a special edition of the Faithful Review because it's going to be a pregame show, right? Yeah, right. Says not optimistic at all. Standing firm, yes. The offensive line actually did do good. I graded them out at a B for the entire game. They did a phenomenal job in what opportunities they did do to get to run the ball. Isaac Guerrero needs to do a little bit better with his vision. But just to run back the points of focus that we saw today in camp, I mean, not in camp, but in film, we definitely saw good pockets. There were a lot of good pockets in the red zone. We also got a chance where we saw strong hands. Jake Brindle, amazing job. Dominic Pooney, phenomenal job with strong hands today, right? Trent Williams, spotty at times, but when he got acclimated with the game as the game went on, he started to show better hands. Trusting what you see. I'm looking at you, Isaac Guerrero, and I'm also looking at you, Brock Purdy. Brock, you got to trust what you see, brother. Bailing out of the pocket a little too early is going to really hurt us against better defenses, right? More run game. Guys, you saw most of that game was passing. We got to run the ball more. We're a running team. And for context, man, we barely are tipping the scales at run percentage versus pass percentage. I think we're running the ball maybe just over 40% in a game. It's got to be better than that. And then poise at the point of attack, playing half a man, understanding to stay cool, ice cold, understand that your technique is ultimately what's going to help you survive or it's going to help you die. But at the end of the day, you got to live with your technique. Great 1765 says Seahawks got a lot of defensive injuries, better put up points on them. Hey, man, are we led by our offense now? I think that's the big thing that nobody wants to mention is that we might have to understand that we're led by our offense now. Serenity 499, thank you, sis. If you as a prior collegiate center don't know what they're doing, how do you think I feel? I don't know sometimes, man. I'd love for them to run the ball. It looks like they're trying to improve what they have in Brock Purdy, really believing in Deebo Samuel, believing in what Brandon Ayuk can give you, understanding that George Kittle is class personified in short to intermediate routes, particularly in the red zone. The emergence of the emergence of Jordan Mason needs to be leaned on and preserved, right? We didn't seem to have a problem when we had Jimmy Garoppolo under center, understanding what side of the bread our butter was on. Ain't nothing changed. Brock's an amazing quarterback, but he needs help too. You know? So it was a rough one. I'm upset that we lost because once I ran back the tape, you saw that a lot of guys had rough games, but maybe your usual suspects, if you will, offensive line, they had an okay game. Defensive stopping the run. I watched a little bit of the defensive tape. They weren't that bad in the first half. As a matter of fact, very complimentary. I think it's time for us to realize who we are as a team, right? And talking about coaching staff, you know, understanding how to protect their players, understanding how to call games better off of the attributes that you have with your team. All of this stuff needs to change, right? Dale says, Coach, they look dead, no life, pulse, bored. We reported this in camp, but they got to wake up now. They have to wake up now. They got no choice, or they're going to rip the Band-Aid off this entire thing. Thursday's going to be a big game, right? It's going to be huge, and I can't wait to see it. I'm glad that we can flush this tape, get rid of it, throw it out of here. I don't want to look at these guys again until week whatever when we got them again. But look, Dale, shut up. Nobody needs you Daling right now. Relax, Dale. All right? Just hold your water. I'll freak out for all of us during the post-game shows and the live game shows. Next show, I will be here tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern, which is 12 o'clock Pacific, for the Faithful Review, for us to give our pregame show for the San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. This is the coach. This has been me at the Coach's Huddle. I rock with all you guys. Stay low and keep your feet moving.